What's up, everyone? My name is Michael DeLu. All right, and I want to thank you for even clicking on this episode of my podcast. Before I get to the episode, I would just like to ask that if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, comment on the video because it helps me tremendously in obtaining my long-term goals. All right, enjoy the episode.
Let's go! All right, so my name is Michael DeLu. Today is June. Is it the 17th? Let me check on my iPad real quick. Let's say June. Okay, it's Thursday, June 17th. I'm recording live from Los Angeles, California. It's time to politic about sports. I got so much to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. But before I jump right into it, I just want to continuously thank everyone that continues to fucking support me, fucking subscribes, fucking like these videos, that's listening to my podcast. Thank you very much, all right? Y'all keep going, and I'm going to keep going, all right? I'm going to take this shit to the top. I'm not stopping anytime soon, all right? So let's get right into it. Straighten in. All right? Shout out, hey, before I get into this, I want to give a big shout out to Quavo. Hey, when I get rich, I'm going to be at every single Laker game the same way Quavo's at every Hawks game. When I get rich, I'm going to be on the sideline talking about shit. Hey, Quavo is a real nigga and a real fan. He really fucks with the Hawks. Shout out to Quavo, all right? So we going to start right there, all right? The Atlanta Hawks, woo, defeated the Philadelphia 76ers with a final score of 109-106. Hey, you know what? The first thing I do is I always show love and give credit to where credit is due, and then I'm going to just rip the other fucking team in half. That's how we going to do it. All right, just get into the consistent habit of me showing love and then me just grilling the fuck out of the other team. You know what it is. Let's get into it. All right, Trae Young. Ice trade again. 39 points, 7 assists. Not the best shooting night, but nevertheless, he made clutch buckets down the stretch of the game. Had clutch buckets, floater, mid-range shot. Like he made clutch buckets down the stretch of the game. 10 of 23 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. John Collins, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. Danilo Gallinari, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. All right? I shout out to the Hawks with the man. Shout out to them because they could have easily folded and easily just lied down, but they chose not to. They continued to fight. They continued to play together as a team. They continued to play with heart. They stepped up on defense. They were lights out in the fourth quarter and refused to lose and refused to go down without a fight. And when you do shit like that, good things happen. Shout out to the Hawks. Shout out to Nate McMillan. Shout out to the Hawks organization. Shout out Quavo. Shout out the city of Atlanta. Y'all got something brewing in Atlanta, okay? Shout out to them. They deserve a big. Hey, no one thought. I thought this series would end in 5 games with the Hawks winning 1. I thought the Hawks were going to get gentlemen swept after they won the only game that I thought they were going to win, and I thought they were going to proceed to lose 4 games straight. But they proved me wrong. All right? So shout out to them. They're 1 game away from winning and advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't even know when the fuck the last time the Hawks did that was. I don't know when the fuck. I don't know. Which is why I want to give a big shout out to the Hawks. Congratulations. Even if you don't win any other games for the rest of the series, which honestly, who knows exactly what's going to happen. This season was a success. They were 1 game. If they don't win the series, they're 1 game away from entering the Eastern Conference Finals. If they do, damn, they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who the fuck would have guessed that? Now it's time to dig into the fucking Sixers. First of all, I think I speak for everybody located in the city of Philadelphia. Fuck that process, fuck Ben Simmons, fuck Tobias Harris, and fuck Doc Rivers, okay? All of you guys are ass cheeks. All of you guys are ass cheeks, okay? All of you guys are just represent failure, mediocrity, and just a joke. Like you. First off, I'll get into the good, and then I'll just rip everybody new checks. I'll get into the good first. Joel Embiid had 30. Joel Embiid actually played a great game, but the only problem is he didn't play the fourth quarter. Well, he did play, but you wouldn't have noticed that he played because he did absolutely fucking nothing. He didn't do shit in the fourth quarter. He played. Hey, Joel Embiid looked like the MVP the first 3 quarters of the game. He put up 37 points and 13 rebounds in 3 quarters. In 3 quarters of basketball. But here's the crazy thing. There's 4 quarters of basketball. There's a fourth quarter that you still have to play. You're up 25 in the third quarter and you lose the fucking game? What the fuck are you thinking? You bum-ass nigga? This nigga had 0 points in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid, so many people voted as the MVP, had 0 points in the fourth quarter. He was 12 of 20 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. But I just feel like the most important thing to note about him is, yes, he played incredible the first 3 quarters, but my nigga, there's a fourth quarter, and you played but didn't play. Seth Curry, probably the best, was the best Sixer of the entire night. The best Sixer, by far. By far, not even close. He had 36 points, 7 rebounds, 13 of 19 from the field, and 7 of 12 from 3. That's the good. That was the only good. And now it's time to keep it real. Ben Simmons had 8 points. This man, mind you, he was drafted. He was the number 1 overall pick in 2016. The highest rated recruit in his high school class. The number 1 overall pick in 2016. This nigga had 0 points in the second half of a playoff game. He had 0 points in the second half of a playoff game. On top of having 0 points in the second half, this man shot 4 of 10. 4, no, not even 4 of 10. 4 of 14 from the free throw line. You missed 10 free throws? 10? You missed 10 of them? 10? Are you serious? Oh my God. And it's gotten so bad. It's gotten so, oh my God. Hey, Ben Simmons, you are a fucking bum, nigga. You are a bum. A bum. A weird ass bum. Oh my God. If the Sixers lose this series, I'm going to fry the fuck out of him. Ben Simmons, I fuck with you. You're a likable dude. But there's just way too many holes in your game as a basketball player for me to just let this continuously let this slide. You're lucky. Hey, Ben Simmons, you are lucky you don't play for the Lakers. Oh my God, I would have been ripped your ass. Woo! And the thing about Ben Simmons' free throws is it's gotten so bad that it literally affects every aspect of his game. Now he doesn't even now in the second half he didn't want to touch the ball because he knew as soon as he gets the ball, they're gonna foul him, send him to the free throw line, pause the game. He's not gonna make the fucking free throws because he's a fucking bum at the free throw line. And then the Hawks are gonna get the ball back. That's great defense. That was the Hawks defense in the second half. Every time Ben Simmons touches the ball, foul him because we know for a fact he's not hitting these free throws. We know for a fact. I think, do you know how disrespectful that is as an NBA player? Can you imagine that? They think I suck that bad that they're willing to foul me every single time I touch the ball. My nigga. And then you're proving them right by missing 10 free throws. You shot 4 of 14 from the charity stripe. They're called free throws for a reason. As bad as Ben Simmons was, there was somebody who was even worse than him. His name is Tobias Harris. Ben Simmons had 8 points. Tobias Harris had 4 fucking points. 4 points. Tobias Harris had 4 points. And here's the craziest thing about Tobias Harris. He gets paid like a max player. He's on a 5-year, $180 million contract. This man, this season made almost $34 million. $34 million. You think you get paid $34 million to score 4 points in a playoff game and to shoot 2 for 11 from the field? Tobias, what the fuck? Woo. All of three from three. The Sixers are a fucking mess. Game 4, they blew a 17-point lead. Game 5, they blew a 25-point lead. And it's just like, bro, the craziest thing about this is not only did they blow 2 big leads, they're blowing a series that they should have won in 5 games, man. 5 games. Like, if any sensible person wouldn't have said the Hawks can't win a game, but no one saw the Hawks winning 3 games. No one saw the Hawks winning. I didn't. Your mama didn't. Your daddy probably. Unless you live in the state of Georgia, I'm pretty sure you didn't think the Hawks were going to win this many games. Here's a crazy fact, stat, whatever. Joel Embiid and Seth Curry were the only 2 Sixers to score at all in the second half. No one else scored. Only 2 players scored for the Sixers in this entire last 24 minutes of basketball. And so the craziest thing before I get, man, I'm so happy I'm not a Sixers fan. I would have ripped my head. Anyways, Doc Rivers. This is like the 6th or 7th what the fuck game I've seen him coach. In like this one, the last one, the last 3 games in the bubble. In 2015, when the Clippers blew a 20-point lead in the third quarter, when James Harden was sitting on the bench, and Corey Brewer and Josh Smith were lighting the Clippers up, making it rain in the fucking Staples Center. Oh my God, Doc Rivers, what the fuck is going on? Doc Rivers, I know you used to play for the Hawks, but like 30 years ago. But come on, pimp. Come on, pimp. What the fuck is happening? Because now you look crazy. You look crazy. You look crazy. I'm so happy I'm so happy I'm not a Sixers fan. Jesus Christ. To the next game. The Clippers defeated the Utah Jazz. It's so crazy. Who would have picked the Clippers and the Hawks to win again? Who would have picked that? I don't know how much money you would have made if you would have put that bet, but if you did, salute to you. Shit, I wouldn't have made that bet because I shit. The Clippers beat the Jazz 119-111, and honestly got the most impressive win I've seen all year, all series, all year, whatever you want to call it. They played lights out. I did not give the Clippers a chance at all whatsoever, not even the slightest. I would have bet my life on the Clippers losing last night, and I would have died. I wouldn't have woke up this morning to record this podcast. That's how confident I was that the Jazz were going to win. I feel like that's how confident everybody was that the Jazz will win. But that's the crazy thing, and that's the nature of sports. It's unpredictable. And yesterday, I was incredibly shocked at the performance that the Clippers put on yesterday. They looked like a more athletic team. They played with a chip on their shoulder the entire game. They executed the switches to perfection. They hit big shots when the Jazz didn't. And you could obviously tell that they wanted it way more than the Jazz did. way more, and it meant more. And they came out there and they proved it to the world, to themselves. I was shocked. I was dumbfounded. The Jazz don't lose many games at home, but yesterday they did, to a team that did not have their best player. And there's no excuses. The Jazz have no excuse at all whatsoever. If anything, everybody thought this series is over once it was announced that Kawhi is out indefinitely. So for them to come out and that was your response, you come out and you lose like that? No. Paul George, I'm gonna give credit to where credit is due. I know I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who loves to rip on Paul George because he just says dumb shit that makes you want to rip on him. But I have to give credit to where credit is due. Bravo. You played an excellent game. Paul George had 37 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists. Paul George looked like the Paul George from the 2012, 2013 series against Miami when he was still on the Pacers. He looked incredible last night. Paul George went 12 of 22 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. And honestly, the Jazz didn't have an answer for him for so many reasons. Partly because of scheme, partly because of personnel, and partly because that nigga was cooking with hot grease last night. He was on bullshit. Paul George is on bullshit. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. For sure, like he didn't force any shots. He let the game come to him. Early in the first quarter, he was getting to his spots, getting the shot he wanted off the switch. Anytime he was matched with, bro, it didn't matter. Royce O'Neal, he got work. Rudy Gobert got work. He was getting to the paint. He was being aggressive. He was attacking off the switch. He was attacking off like every time he was in full attack mode. He was talking his shit too, honestly. And salute to him. He played incredible. See, the thing is, if Paul George played like this more often in the playoffs, there wouldn't be a playoff P shit like or all that. Like I'm a realistic person. Paul George is a nigga. Like Paul George can hoop with the best of them. But his biggest knock is he hasn't done it when it mattered the most. For example, last year in the bubble, when his team needed the most, he was hitting the side of the backboard, looking horrific. So, hey, salute to him. The series is not over, but salute to him. Marcus Morris had 25 points, 2 assists, 10 of 16 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. He came to play. Reggie Jackson, oh my God, Reggie Jackson, here he comes again. He saved the Clippers' ass. He hit tough shot after tough shot after tough shot. He was 8 for 15 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. And honestly, the Clippers, like I said, the Clippers were the hungrier team last night. They played. The Clippers yesterday, they knew they had nothing to lose. They knew the odds were not in their favor to win the last night's game. And the fact that they came out and they did that, like, it says a lot about. Honestly, as a Laker fan, I never thought I would be saying this, but I'm honestly genuinely impressed by what I saw from the Clippers last night. I salute to them. Even if they don't win the series, even if they lose the next 2 games, they have my respect to a certain degree. I mean, I can't 100% respect them because you niggas know me. I don't fuck with the Clippers. I don't fuck with the Clippers because if you cut me open, I bleed purple in this one, gold in this one. Stop playing. You already know what it is. A24 Mafia to your dead homies. Stop it, stupid. Now I'm about to rip a fucking hole into the Jazz. What, bro? What's like, bro? It seems like when you honestly think, oh yeah, this team is gonna go out and smash. It just doesn't happen. I don't know what it is about these playoffs that people are able to win games without their best player. But look, hey man, the Jazz have no fucking excuse. I don't want to hear Mike Conley's name whatsoever. I don't want to hear anything about Mike Conley because yesterday the Clippers were playing without the Mike Conley's not the Jazz best player. Donovan Mitchell is, and he's been playing the whole season, the whole series. He hasn't been the healthiest, but he's still playing. I'm pretty sure that the Clippers would have loved to get a 50% Kawhi Leonard last night, but they didn't get any percentage of Kawhi Leonard last night because it's looking pretty ugly for him. Bojan Bogdanovic led scoring with 32 points, 3 rebounds, 10 of 20 from the field, 9 of 17 from 3. Donovan Mitchell, man, honestly, I don't know exactly what's going on with his ankle, but he he wasn't looking right majority of the night. He 21 points, 6 of 19 from the field, 4 of 14 from three. Why is he taking so many shots from three? That isn't it making 14. He last game he took 15. So in 2 games he's 9 of 30, 9 of 29 from three. Why are you shooting so much from deep? Rudy Gobert, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the field. But one of the things I want to highlight about Rudy Gobert is this man just won Defensive Player of the Year, probably like early this week or last week, and he's getting ran off, bro. He looks horrific. How Paul George looked on offense in Game 7 last year, that's how he looked on defense yesterday. Fucking terrible. Look, the only reason why Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year is because he was the anchor of the best, quote unquote, like statistically the best, one of the best defensive teams in the league. That doesn't make him a good on-ball defender. That doesn't make him a good wing defender. That doesn't mean he can guard 1 through 5. Rudy Gobert has terrible feet. He can't guard 1 through 3. He can't guard 1 through 3 at all. He can't even alter. Like if Rudy Gobert gets switched on to me, this is easy. Good looking. I needed that. Good looking. It's an easy bucket. I'm just gonna hit him with a 1-2, and I'm gonna create distance and create space, and I'm gonna just rise up and hit the shot. That's literally what happens every time anybody gets Paul George on the switch. I don't know what the hell is happening. Rudy Gobert is the Defensive Player of the Year is now a defensive liability because of the way Tyronn Lue is coaching and making adjustments in game. The Defensive Player of the Year looks like the worst defender on the court because of what Ty Lue is doing. And I honestly have to give props to him. I did not think this. I was wrong. I thought the Clippers would lose this series. And I said it 5. Was I wrong? Rudy Gobert is a fucking joke on defense. Well, in this series, he looks like a fucking joke. All right, he looks horrific. Oh my God, I've never seen Rudy Gobert look so lost on defense and so clueless and dumbfounded and it's just so uncomfortable in majority of the defensive possessions I've seen him in. He just looked bad. He was running out to close out to shooters in the corner. That wasn't doing shit. They were still splashing shit. He just looked bad. And the last person I want to talk about is Jordan Clarkson. He had 15 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 4 of 9 from downtown. And that's pretty much it, honestly. Not really much to talk about. It was a close game, but the Jazz didn't play with any fight. They didn't play with any sense of urgency as they could have taken a commanding lead and been looking to close this shit out on Friday. But you see what happens. You see what happens. They played how they played. So it is what it is. Look forward to seeing how both of these series are going to play out. My name is Michael DeLue. Once again, I want to continuously thank everybody who's supporting me, who's liking my video, who's subscribing. If you're still sharing, whatever you're doing to support my podcast and my YouTube channel, salute to you. Thank you very much. I really, really, really do appreciate this shit. Let's keep it going. I'm anticipating getting to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month or sometime next month, and that's going to be big for me because I understand however long it took me to get to these 1,000 subscribers, it won't take me to get to 10,000. So I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, want to appreciate everybody who's supporting, who's liking. Hey, share this shit. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Share this podcast with anybody you know loves sports. I know I've only been talking about basketball a lot, but that's the only thing that's, like big right now. Can't wait till football season is back. Can't wait till soccer season is back up. And until then, I'm going to keep bringing this hot shit the best way I can. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day and has a great day. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.